Hey everyone, Andres for the newsreel here. Welcome back to the Tech Corner for part 2 of my review on the Google PixelBook. I've been using this review unit now for at least 2 weeks. I've really broken it in. My favorite part so far about using Chrome OS for the very first time is no learning curve. The only thing is the placement of whatever hardware buttons are on this thing and the keyboard that's on this thing. So outside of that, really, there's just pick up and go, which makes Chrome OS very appealing. But 2 weeks into using this, from my impressions and my initial review to what it is now, and if it's worth buying for you, these are what I've come up with in the past 2 weeks.
Perhaps my favorite part of this entire experience has been how the hardware has literally not permitted the software to slow it down. This thing's as zippy as the day that I first used it, so it's been pretty impressive. What I haven't really liked though has been the Android app experience. Yes, I like having the Android apps here. The only problem is that in some cases, some of the apps scale properly. Like Microsoft Word, it scales properly and it actually looks like the real thing when I use it. But when it comes to, say, some other apps that don't seem to be optimized, whenever you try to resize them, like when you shrink the screen or full screen them, they either have to restart, crash, or like Google Inbox, they scale properly, which is a little odd because what makes it frustrating for me is when I'm using applications that I have to input data, and if I didn't save that data is then gone. But outside of that, the whole operation of just using the Chrome browser on this and not having to slow down on me using multiple tabs running in graphics intensive websites, and also having Android applications running in the background like Outlook, the Google Play Store, Microsoft Office, all of it. It's just been really impressive to go from one to another, like the ultimate multitasking, not having to worry that this is slowing down the other thing. And when using on laptop mode, because you can move the windows around and have the multi windows, I can multitask on this, generally speaking, large screen. So it's been a great experience overall and trying to get things done. Compared to my iPad Pro, this thing has been the much better experience on the go mobility and productivity. The hardware does recognize when you pair up the PixelBook pen that it is the PixelBook pen is optimized for it, because I use the Stylo pen as well to try to manipulate or recreate the same experience as the PixelBook pen, and I did not get that same experience. In fact, it was just like a really crappy input when using the Stylo, so I went back to the PixelBook pen to write in, and it felt pretty smooth. The other thing is that the PixelBook screen does not have palm block, so it was picking up my palm while doing it. It's not as great as my Surface Pen experience or even the Apple Pencil experience on an iPad Pro, so that's the main downside. Another thing I haven't liked is if you have LED lighting and it's coming in from an angle at night, I could not read the keyboard. Even though I know how to use a QWERTY keyboard, I could not hit the right keys because they just get washed out with the lighting. It was not a good LED light user.
So in conclusion, fantastic hardware. Makes you want to use this thing, and I do. I really want to just reach out for it and use it. But then when you hit that roadblock of its limitations and what it can do, then you start walking things back a bit. Is this thing worth $1,000? Just like the Pixel Pen, it's a novel idea, overpriced. You can't go beyond its concept, honestly, because what else can it do? It's what it is. Chrome OS is Chrome OS. It's not running Windows applications. It's not running Mac applications. You can install Ubuntu, sure, if you want to, but why would you go to something where you can spend the same amount of money on this kind of hardware on something that's about the same amount or less and get a whole lot more? And that's just been it regarding what I can do with this. So no, I don't recommend it. But if you are looking for a Chrome OS device or computer, as they're called nowadays, you can check out the other offerings from Asus and even Samsung. Some of them are costing like $500 also, and that's expensive for what those things are. But they still offer some very compelling experiences, great displays, but none of them will come close to the hardware build and quality that is this Chromebook. And it's a halo device really for Chrome OS, for really to show off how you can design it. Kind of like the whole Microsoft Surface approach, where everybody thought that, oh, with Microsoft building their own hardware, they're going to put all the other computer manufacturers out of business. On the contrary, HP and Dell are out there, and Lenovo, making money off their innovative ideas when it comes to hardware with Windows 10. And Microsoft is still developing different lines or adding different types of experiences and hardware to the Surface product. So let's see if that matches up with what Google's trying to achieve with the Google PixelBook. And that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to stay in the know. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. I hope that it's full of happiness, joy, peace, love, and cheer. Okay, see you guys in the next video.